What is your darkest desire? Live in the woods. Learn how to gunsmith. And hunt for a living. The dark part is to ghost everyone I know and never come back. I kinda wanna steal a Rup's car to open all these boxes they are delivering. Like a big mystery box opening. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another unboxing video. So today we'll be committing a federal crime. So don't forget to smash that like button. To live in a cave on the land of a rich man and be a hermit. Occasionally paraded to guests for their amusement. Maybe have a collection of your father's and forefathers' skulls in the hopes that your heirs will do the same and polish your skull regularly. Maybe practice abstinence until you have vacation. Sounds good to me. I want to dig up bodies like Edgar Allan Poe and Picasso just to see how they look and what they were buried with. Archaeologist here. Can I interest you in our Lord and Savior Lara Croft? Question. When does archaeology turn into grave robbing? Asking for a friend. Grave robbing turns into archaeology when you aren't sure who's buried there anymore. My daughter was molested by my nephew. I'd like to remove his genitals with a belt sander. Pressing charges is probably the best you're gonna get. Highly recommend it. Lots of people refuse to do so because they think it will ruin the family. But the reality is that he already ruined the family by being a child molester and preying on your child. Definitely press charges if you haven't already. To get away with the perfect crime. A heist of some kind. I think I could do it with enough preparation. I've always thought that if I put a bunch of movie heist like planning into burglarizing a rich person's house, moderately rich, not someone too powerful, rather than a store or a bank, then there would be very little chance I'd get caught. I don't know. I guess a ring of power would be pretty great. It'd be fun to amass an army with it. To know what everyone around me thinks, so I know exactly what to say to them. I have this urge to get in my car and start driving and never stop. Ghost everyone who ever knew me, even though I have people who would miss me, pets to care for, and responsibilities to loved ones who depend on me to be here. I just want to be anyone else. I have this exact same urge at times too. Sometimes while driving to work or something, I'll just have a passing thought like, what if I just skipped this exit and just kept going? Didn't call or tell anyone. Not sure if it's something I would actually do in reality, but I always think about what I might do if I actually did. I get this from time to time, but usually at night. Like, I'll run to the store or something. Then on the way home I'll get hit with a thought like, what if I just kept driving through the night? Wonder where I'd end up. And for a brief second I want to do it. Then I think of my family at home and decide I'd rather be there. Been there. Ended up a 6-hour drive away. When I ran out of road it started getting light again. Had to sleep in the car, phone in sick the next day. Wasn't in a great place at the time. To be hit by a car or otherwise seriously injured enough to end up in hospital for a while. Nothing to cause long-term harm, but something that I could recover from after a few months. I just want a break from life. It's so exhausting pretending to be happy. I guess it'll also reveal the people in my life that actually care about me, and those who are lying. I was so unhappy with my life for a few years. I secretly hoped I would be diagnosed with cancer, just so I can stop working 2 full-time jobs and studying a bachelor's degree at the same time. I felt so guilty about it. For a while I considered having a baby, just so my circumstances could change. Thank God that was a phase and I didn't act on it. My life would have been 100 times worse. I've since been sterilized. So rational me made sure emotional hormonal me would not consider shitty decisions again. You are not alone in feeling this way. Hugs. When I was 5 I assumed it would be to defrost an entire tub of ice cream and then drink it. This is clearly too dark as I've been an adult for way too long, but never actually done it. Edit. So it turns out we are all quite obsessed with drinking melted ice cream. That's how Rob McElhenney gained all that weight for Mac's character in Always Sunny. Ryan Gosling did it too, but he went overboard and lost the part he was trying to get. I was 150 pounds when Jackson hired me, and I showed up on set 210 pounds. Gosling said, "We had a different idea of how the character should look. I really believed he should be 210 pounds. I was melting Haagen-Dazs and drinking it when I was thirsty. Link. I want to kill my shitty customers sometimes, I guess. Edit. I know this is a universal thing, laughing my butt off, but my point was my only dark desires are wanting to legitimately kill and torture certain people, lol. I don't know why I want to know what it feels like to be stabbed, but I want to know what it feels like to be stabbed. I've been stabbed twice. Personally, I didn't know once because I didn't feel it and wasn't able to see it was also drinking that night. And the other time it was pretty goddamn obvious because I could see my kneecap, but I didn't really feel that one either. The weird thing is the stitches were worse than the stabbing. To be an ageless vampire. Really? To be crushed by female thighs. They said darkest, not dankest. Making it into history books through committing a very publicized crime. The thing that spoils that fantasy is that I don't want to serve any time in prison, let alone life. And the chances that it'd be that way are just too high. Also, I'm still young. Can make history in other, more conventional ways. My aunt abused my sisters and I for years every time she babysat us. It wasn't the obvious kind of abuse. Like she wasn't just beating the heck out of us. It was manipulative. Emotional abuse mostly. Sometimes sexual and physical as well. It happens for over a decade. I think my darkest fantasy is seeing her dead. My stepmom was like this, but almost every day mentally and emotionally. Not sexual, thankfully. She would say shit about my real mum, call her a cheating slut. Tell me that she didn't love me, that's why she didn't take me with her. I would then obviously lose my temper and react to it only for her to tell my dad I started it, and then he would beat me with his slipper or belt. We would go like to the beach for the day and everyone would have lunch except me. She would claim she forgot to pack me one. Dad never really gave a shit. I remember one time his best friend was outraged and took me to buy lunch. Unlike you though, I don't want them dead because I know whilst I have to battle my demons daily, she is lonely and miserable. She has nothing in her life and people have seen her for what she truly is. I want her to live that horrid life for as long as she can. I hope you are living a better life now. I want to clone myself and make love to it. Nice try, Lucifer. I wish more cities would embrace dark sky practices so that we could reduce light pollution and more people could appreciate the night sky. To run away and never look back. To cut all my relationships and start a new life. Become a hermit witch in a cozy little cabin in the mountain. Or die in my sleep tonight. I have this fantasy where everyone in my office kicks in 10 for the Mega Millions. Everyone except my boss and that asshole from it that no one can stand. The next day we hit the jackpot. 500+ million gets divided up. We all quit. The business closes. My boss loses everything. And it asshole has to just go look for a new job. Cheeseburger. I would like to start out with I would never actually do this. But I really want a house. But I'm a poor person. So I concocted a plan to murder the people in a house and then show up when it's for sale. I figure a haunted house will be cheaper. If I picked a house that's too nice I may need to repeat to bring the price down. The realtor will say, you know, there have been a lot of murders here. And I'll just have a secret smile, knowing I'll be safe. Nothing I can tell without alerting some kind of suicide hotline. Life has been rough. And no, I'm not suicidal. Just really tired of everything. Edit. Thank you all for your kind words. It's good to know you are not alone. Don't worry, I will keep going. I always do somehow. Seeing other people's darkest desires. Eat the last slice of pizza. The cruelest human I know. Taking away my abuser's last peaceful moment on their deathbed by revealing I haven't forgotten what happened to me as a child. They're about to pay for that in the afterlife. To get 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep, I would make a deal with the devil for it. The darkest one is the climate change, to duck things just enough to have a nice post-apocalyptic travel season and then help rebuild a nice society for the survivors. Serial killer but for murderers and rapists. I have a fantasy of being in the middle of an all-white boy bukkake. I'm a black girl. Something I would absolutely not partake in real life. I'm a one-man girl, but still the fantasy is kinda hot, or whatever. Idris Elba. A dirty gangbang maybe, but fantasies are often more appealing than reality, so who knows. To be kidnapped and used daily and mentally manipulated into enjoying every second of it until the day I die. To be bound and forced to lay there with a Hitachi wand on my clit forever until I ducking die of overstimulation. Edit: when I was writing this, I forgot that I don't have a pussy anymore, but my statement still stands. I want to die with a Hitachi wand on my dick. I wanna live. Start a fire and watch it spread and grow bigger. I'd like to know what it feels like to be hit by a lighting. But I'm also kinda scared. If I think about it too much, it will eventually find me because both my grandpa and my mom have gone through it and survived it. So I kinda don't really want to follow the tradition because I know it very well could happen to me. Does that make sense? Peas happened to my grandpa twice. To eat a Kit Kat like it was a slice of toast. No separating the fingers or anything. Just straight through the middle. I don't know if it's a dark desire, but I'd love to take over the world and set up some kind of automated rules in order to make it a better place. Oh, you are robbing someone. That's 3 weeks in the interdimensional naughty box. Moron. Yep. This is super dark. The road to heck is always paved with good intentions. Just ask our 20th century friends who also wanted to change the world and establish a new order to make it a better place. I want a Bonnie Clyde style crime spree with my just modern day version. Obs, I will be a head to Tolla the clad gun toting goddess. Have insane drug fueled porno style nasty sex with him as helicopters circle over the building trying to land to capture us because we just can't help ourselves. But we escape with the money or the code or whatever we stole. Change identities and do it all over again, never getting caught. Just having wild adventures and living life. In real life, majority of that just ain't gonna happen, but damn, it's nice to dream. Uni prof here, and the desire is banging a student under sketchy circumstances. The closest I've come is this. Student cheated on a paper. I discovered the student had done this, and I brought him into my office. At first, he tries lying, and then I give the proof. He confesses, and I explain that I'll have to report this to the central administration, which will result in failing the course and academic probation. He starts pleading, saying that he could lose a scholarship, that his father will be so displeased, and then he says, I will do literally anything if you don't tell. Of course, the sketch thought runs through my head. I look him over. Cute 20-year-old blonde dude. I said, I have a deal. I will say nothing if you drop the course today and I never see you again. He took the deal, and it's a win-win. Because I didn't have to fill out paperwork, but my fantasy remains unfulfilled. My lightest dark desire is to earn my living from music and never have to work retail again. My darkest dark desire is a threesome. Roses on your piano and tulips on your organ. To be Eiffel Towered by 2 guys would never do it, as I'm in a committed monogamous relationship. I'm usually more dominant and it'd be cool to be in a sorta submissive role. I'm an army infantry vet. Been out for 10 years now. Sometimes I just wanna release the beast. Not murder anyone for no reason. But I work at a school. I often wish someone would come in and Columbine the place so I can just pop the cork and let out all that killing instinct the army drilled into me. I don't want a fist fight. I wanna go full animal. Eye gouging. Throat biting. Gorilla pound someone into a pulp. I feel like a caged lion. Peas. Yes, I take my meds. But that feeling is probably in many men, not just me. Who off? I like this post, but I can't answer unless a throwaway, which, let's be real, I'm too lazy to make. If I ever get a girlfriend, spend a day together around the house just naked, chilling, no sexual activities, just being naked for a day. Please don't tell anyone. Can't say it's a dark desire. It's a desire to have the strength to stick to a diet and exercise regimen to get physically fit. This isn't a hate myself situation cause of how I look. It's a hate myself for letting it get like this. Withdrawing all my money, cutting dyeing my hair, and buying a tiny house in the middle of nowhere along a highway in the super rural US. Work part-time at a liquor store and adopt an old dog. Spend the rest of my time playing video games. Being friendly with everyone but never forming any attachments. Move every few years to facilitate this.